According to one of Beenie Man's daughters, Miss Davis, he is doing okay. This statement comes after it was reported that Beenie Man fainted on Sunday at the funeral of his mother in St. Elizabeth. According to Miss Davis, what happened was that her dad was feeling overwhelmed and very exhausted. She further went on to state that Beenie Man did not have anything to eat the night before. He did not sleep the night before either, and he was emotionally distressed. He fainted, but he was never hospitalized. She has mentioned that seeing her father in this state has added to her own heartbreak. She mentioned that she was crying because her grandmother and because of her dad. She mentioned that seeing her dad in that state and knowing how much he loved his mother broke her heart. The family, everyone was torn apart. Everyone was feeling emotionally distressed. It was just very sad. Several of my cousins also fainted as well. Miss Davis said all of her siblings, Marco Dean, Moses Jr., Mosiah, Ikira, Dishage, and baby Zaya were present, and it was a pleasant distraction. On Sunday, it came out that Beenie Man had fainted at the graveside of his mother in St. Elizabeth, and he had to be taken away by mourners. Miss Sewell passed away after suffering a stroke in July 2020 and was later hospitalized at the University Hospital of the West Indies in St. Andrew for a period of time before being discharged. However, she passed away in September 2020. According to Miss Davis, she would like to extend her gratitude to everyone who has sent their condolences and their kind words and support. She would also like to extend her gratitude to her mother, Carleen, who comforted her during that difficult time, as well as her aunt Kitty from Eternal Rest Funeral Home. Bounty Killer and Richie Stevens were also in attendance at that funeral service. Beenie Man, who is born Moses Davis, is a Grammy Award-winning dancehall artist. He's well known for his songs Girls Them Sugar, Who Am I, Romy, and I'm Okay. Beenie Man has requested for persons to pray for him after he fainted at his mother's burial site. It should be noted that the artist is going through a very difficult time. He has been struggling to accept the passing of his mother, and it is only natural because it came at a very unexpected time. Everyone saw him visit her at the University Hospital of the West Indies in July 2020, and whilst he was upbeat during his visit, at some point after that, he broke down. And after hearing of the passing of his mother, he became somewhat distant and even removed his Instagram account. However, it should be noted that on Sunday he fainted because he was suffering from exhaustion and he was emotionally overwhelmed and totally distressed, which is quite understandable as the loss of a loved one can take its toll on an individual. Over time, the amount of emotions that you may experience may lead to sadness, depression, distress, and it may even lead to exhaustion. Well, Beenie Man will be okay. With time, he will heal. Recently, however, he has taken to social media and requested prayers as he continues to come to terms in an effort to accept the passing of his mother, Miss Sewell. Videos have circulated of him being in a fainting state at the graveside of his mother. Of course, according to Beenie Man, I kept telling myself, maybe if I remained active, I will be able to function. Unfortunately, when it came down to that very last moment, it hit me, and it hit me very hard. This would be the last time that I would see my mother. He further went on to state that all reports that he was hospitalized are not true. He further stated that he was never taken to any medical facilities for treatment. Unfortunately, that very intimate and sad moment was recorded and then circulated around the globe with false statements. Beenie Man has stated that he was comforted by friends and members of his family during that ordeal. He referred to it as a brief blackout moment. He further stated that despite the noise, the singing, the mourning, all I could hear was silence while watching my mother be lowered into the ground. My heart broke and I blacked out for a few minutes. Moses Davis, popularly known as Beenie Man, has asked the public to continue to pray for him and his family during this very difficult time of bereavement, where they are trying to grieve the loss of his mother and their grandmother. In August 2020, it was reported that Beenie Man had teamed up with producer and selector DJ Delano. Now, DJ Delano is a Billboard charting and award-winning producer and selector, and he was working with the dancehall veteran Beenie Man. They had previously collaborated on the DJ Buja assisted track The Keys, which was released in August 2020. According to DJ Delano, it has always been great working with Beenie Man. To be honest, his son, DJ 3D, voiced the track a couple years ago and wanted a fresh sound, so they linked up with DJ Buddha and they came up with an idea, then linked Steve Andreas to help us to complete the idea. Coming from the remix background, he always tried to remix his own productions, just like how he did it with Orwa or Capleton. Sean Wedderburn also contributed to the production of The Keys. DJ Delano is the founder of the award-winning Renaissance Disco sound system, and he has worked with remixes in 1995, and he later moved into music production in the year 2000. In previous years, DJ Delano worked with Bounty Killer on Nitro Mix and on Dancehall Queen with Beenie Man and Chevelle Franklin, and this became a Billboard top hit. It was charted on the Billboard's R&B Hip Hop Singles chart in the year 1997. The Keys is Delano's first production in 3 years. His last project was with My Team by Serrani. Beenie Man should still be working on his album that was scheduled to release this year. However, there may be a little setback as he continues to grieve the loss of his mother. But we hope that he will be able to work on that album and release it for us. Working on this album further would lead to some distraction for him and give him some time to heal and focus on other things. But maybe he needs to take a break and get some rest and recuperate from the situation. It will take time, but of course, with time he will be able to overcome and heal. Well, previous reports have stated that he was hospitalized after fainting, but statements coming from his daughter Miss Davis and himself are that he was never hospitalized at any medical facility. According to Beenie Man, it was just a moment where he blacked out after being overwhelmed and exhausted by the situation, which is only natural. He was seeing his mother for the very last time. His daughter also became extremely worried about the situation, and it broke her heart. However, the family is asking for prayer, and so is Beenie Man. He's asking for prayers to help him go through this very difficult time. Of course, show your support. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And remember to pray for the artist and his family as they continue to grieve the loss of Miss Sewell. Thanks for watching. Be safe and goodbye.